Hello, it's Crystal Diaz here. I am excited to be teaching this song Reckless by Madison Beer. It's a really fun one, especially if you want to be working through your first bridge for the female range, and also if you want to practice getting into the flow of a song. So every single song has its own flow. If you are struggling with finding your breath in a song, like if you are singing a song and you're running out of breath all the time, or you feel like you're always chasing the breath, then it's usually because you haven't found or discovered that natural flow of the song yet. You haven't really gotten in sync with the rhythm and the feeling of the song yet. So this song has a very specific flow to it, and I'm going to break it down for you line by line so that you can also feel what it's like to be breathing and singing in sync with the flow of a song. And hey, if you want quick singing tips and full tutorials just like this, then be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Online Vocal Academy, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Crystal Vocals as well. This song, Reckless by Madison Beer, is originally written in the key of E flat major, and the first note of this first line of the song is actually an E flat 4, which is the E flat above middle C, right here. Hey. Let's get started and let's have a listen to how she sings it, and then I will teach you the song line by line as well. Here we go.
Hey, this is a story I hate, and telling it might make me break, but I'll tell it anyway.
Alright, so this first section here, as you can hear, there are a lot of semitones. It's almost like this little bend of a note. There are many of these throughout the song, and actually it's very easy to miss them. Hey, this is a story I hate. But that's a full note down. That's not what this is. What we want to be doing is singing that semitone, which is like this. Hey, this is a story I hate. Very easy to miss that. It's a little shift down. Think of it like a bend, like you're bending down, or a wilting flower. I'm just wilting down a little bit. And the word and is kind of like half spoken and telling it. The word tellin', however, is going back to that same note of hate. All right, so that's just giving you a little bit of context there. This is a story I hate, and tell, same note as hate, and telling it might make me break. There's another wilting flower, another little semitone bend there, and tell it might make me break. And you want to stay on that same note here too, but I'll tell it anyway. One more wilting flower or another little bend, semitone down there. Let's try that again together. Be sure to watch out for those semitone notes on the word hate, break, and way of anyway. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Hey, this is a story I hate. Tell it might make me break, but I'll tell it anyway. Right, let's keep going. Let's listen to her and sing the next section.
This chapter's about how you said there was nobody else. Then you got up and went to her house. You guys always left me out.
This chapter's about, we're going back right to that E flat, which is the same note as the word hey. This chapter's about, so it goes back up there. How you said there was nobody else. Another semitone, little bend there on the word else. Then you got up and went to her house. Bending down there again on the word house. You guys always left me out. Left, 2 notes on the word left. Left me out. One more semitone bend down there. So I know I went through that in a lot of detail, but that really is the pattern of the verses. So once you are aware of where those semitone notes are coming in, then it becomes a lot easier to stay on pitch. All right, moving on to the pre-chorus, which is this section right here.
I still
So this is probably one of the more challenging parts of the song because this whole section here is one phrase, which means there's no place to take a breath except at the beginning and at the end. So all the more so, it's important to get into the flow of the song. The minute you start second guessing the notes, or you aren't quite sure, or you hesitate, it's going to be very, very hard to actually sing in one breath. So you want to definitely know the notes really, really well. So the first note here is an A flat 3, so it's actually quite low for the female register. I still, so it's down here. I still have the letter you wrote. So this word wrote is quite important because sometimes students don't realize it's actually jumping up a whole note. I still have the letter you wrote. I'm just pointing so that you can see relatively where the notes are going. You wrote when, the word when continues to move up. Wrote when you told me that I was, and it continues to move upwards, that I was the only girl. So you start to see that there's some patterns here, and I always visualize the notes. So hopefully as you are practicing, you are also starting to map out and starting to visualize the peaks and valleys and the patterns of the phrase in this section here. That I was the only girl. Stay on the same note you'd ever want in your life. Want in your, all the same note. I like to bounce on those 3 notes. Want in your life. 3 notes on the word life. Then you can take a breath. Comes down for the words I guess. Goes back up on the word my. I guess my friends were right. This is a tricky note to hit. So I'm going to play it once so you can hear it and try to visualize as I'm playing it, and just practice this a few times. You will totally get it. I guess my friends were right. Now that we've got that pre-chorus down, let's continue on to the chorus.
Each day goes by and each night I cry. Somebody saw you with her last night. You gave me your word, don't worry about her. You might love her now, but you loved me first. Said you'd never hurt me, but here we are. Oh, you swore on every star. How could you be so reckless with my heart?
So just to give you a little context, the first note of the chorus, the word each, is the same note as the very first note of this song, the word hey. Hey, this is a story I hate, which is that E flat 4. So the chorus starts on the same note. Each day goes by, and it goes up, 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 up. So again, want to think of this as a staircase. Sometimes the steps are a little smaller, sometimes they're a little bit bigger. Each day goes by. So you want to memorize that note there because you're going to come back to that for the word each. So you're going to jump down for and then jump back up for the word each. Each day goes by and each night I cry. Comes back down there. So you can start to visualize, goes up, comes down, jumps back up, and then comes back down. Each day goes by and each night I cry. Take a breath and stay on that same note as the word cry. Each night I cry. Somebody saw, goes back up again. Somebody saw you with, all the same note there, you with. Somebody saw you with her last night. Take a breath here. Goes back to that E flat 4 here for the word you. You gave me your word, don't worry about her. The word her has a 2-note little slide there. Her, 2 notes there. Take a breath. You might love her now, but you love me first. If you notice, the word now and you and first, they're all the same note. Now, you, first, said. The word said is that same note as well, that same repeated note there, which is a G4 in case you're wondering. So here's where you start to go up through that first bridge into the upper register of your range. Said you'd never, go up there, You'd never hurt me. The word hurt is a C5. So if that's tricky for you, I would actually just practice that word hurt a few times. Keep it really light and very heady in tone quality. Hurt, hurt. Said you'd never hurt me. Take a breath here. But here we are. Take another breath here. Oh, you swore on every star. The three notes of the word star are star. Then you go back to how could you be? The notes here for how could you be are the same notes as the beginning of the chorus. Each day goes by. How could you be? And then you just take a breath. So reckless. Come back down. With my heart. Two notes on the word heart. So now that you know the first verse and the chorus, you can go ahead and play the song and practice that a few times. But if you are ready to move on, let's go to the next section.
You check in and out of my heart like a hotel, and she must be perfect, oh well. I hope you both go to hell.
So the notes here of this section are pretty much identical to the first verse, but the flow, the rhythmic flow of the phrasing is slightly different. You check in and out of my heart like a hotel. So the words of my heart is just slightly faster. It's slightly in between the beats as well. So have a listen one more time. You check in and out of my heart like a hotel. And she must be perfect, oh well. I hope you both go to hell. Right after that, we go straight into the pre-chorus, which you already know. So let's listen together and you can sing along because we've already gone through this pre-chorus.
I still have the letter you wrote when you told me that I was the only girl you'd ever want in your life. I guess my friends were right.
All right, so let's keep going to the chorus because I think that's pretty much the same. There might be some variations, but let's have a listen.
Each day goes by and each night I cry. Somebody saw you with her last night. You gave me your word, don't worry about her. You might love her now, but you loved me first. Said you'd never hurt me. Here we are. Oh, you swore on every star. How could you be so reckless with my heart?
So there's a little add-on here, the word heart. It's actually three notes and they're all one semitone apart. And vocally, it sounds like she's bouncing on the notes. So let me show you what I mean. Heart. So you can hear my voice is not this. Heart. If I do that, I'm singing the three notes, but it sounds like I'm like sliding through the notes. So it's not as clear. But if you want to delineate or make those notes very clear, then you want to add a little bit of that bouncy voice effect. That's what I call it. I call it a bouncy voice effect. Heart. I'm bouncing. It's three different notes, and it really clarifies what those notes are as well when I'm singing it that way. And it sounds cool when you're singing it with the music. Now, for this final section of the song, the notes here are a little bit tricky to catch, but I'm going to show you a little trick. Okay, so hopefully when I break this down, I show you this little trick, you will have no problems singing the notes of these last three lines here. So first up, we're going to start with the word heart. As I mentioned before, the word heart here is a three-note bounce, right? It sounds like this. Heart. I want you to listen to that last note because that last note of the word heart is the starting note of the next line, all right? So the last note of this word here is the same starting note as this one. Okay, so just bear with me for a second. So this is how it goes. Heart, stay on that note. How could you be? Take a breath here if you want to. So reckless. Now I want you to pay attention to this last note. This note here, pay attention to that note because it's the same note as this next starting line. So this note here, so reckless. How? Stay on that note for the starting note of this next line. Does that make sense? So what we're doing here is we're taking the last note of the previous line and we're staying there because that's going to be the starting note of the next line. How could you be so reckless? This part here, this note here is a little bit tricky to catch. See if you can catch that. Just practice it a few times and you will memorize that little jump. So reckless. But then the good news is that you stay on this note for this next how. So reckless. Stay on that note for the next one. How could you be? Take a breath. So reckless with someone's heart. So let's break that down one more time together from Oh, You Swore on Every Star. Oh, you swore on every star. How could you be so reckless with my heart? Heart, how could you be so reckless? How could you be so reckless? How could you be so reckless with someone's heart? We just have one more outro to go through together, but the good news is that it's pretty straightforward. Let's have a listen to how she sings it.
Hey, this is a story I hate, but I told it to cope with the pain. I'm so sorry if you can relate.
You'll notice that the music slows down quite a bit here. Hey, this is a story I hate. Same as before, but I told it to cope with the pain. Right, semitone coming down, and it's half talking here, half like we're ending the story here, right? I'm so sorry if you can relate. And the relate, she sustains that last syllable of the relate a little bit here. It kind of drags on slightly. I'm so sorry if you can relate. And then it ends almost trailing out there. Now that you know how to sing Reckless from beginning to end, I would love to be able to hear your versions one day. If you end up doing a cover of this song on YouTube following this tutorial, I would love to hear it. Do share a link to your cover song in the comments below so that we can cheer you on and support you in your singing journey. I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel so that you will be notified every single time I release quick singing tips or longer tutorials just like this one. If you want to work with me one-on-one, do consider joining my Singers Connect program. You can check out all the details at alignyourvoice.com. Until next time,